So many men struggling, drinking, in spite of the fact that they know it's fucking their lives, in spite of the fact that every fucking fibre of their being is telling them to stop. And I want to tell you the reason why that is. Because most men aren't drinking because they're weak. They're drinking because it's the fastest way to shut off the fucking noise in their head. And if you're anything like me, you're spending years and years and saying to yourself, today's the day I'm going to stop. Today, things are going to change. And then tomorrow, things don't change. The next day, things don't change. Over and over and over and over again. You're stuck in the same cycle, trying to shut down the voice, trying to just fucking get through the day. But you know what? Alcohol is not the problem, because you're using alcohol to escape the pressure that you've built up in your life. And you say, whoa, what else am I going to do? You've got the stress, you've got the noise, you've got the responsibilities, you've got the disappointments, and you've got the fucking apathy and the feeling stuck in your life. Because if alcohol disappeared tomorrow, you wouldn't feel any better, because you'd feel fucking worse, because you've got no coping strategy. You've got nothing to help you get through all that bullshit. The truth is, you've got two choices. You can do nothing and continue on this same path, or you can change. And if you don't do anything, what will that cost you really? You'll lose your self-respect, you'll lose time with your family, time with yourself, your health, ambition, fucking gone. Knowing that you're capable of so much more, and yet failing to achieve anything really. Because the scariest part in life isn't continuing to drink. It's waking up in 5 years' time realising that nothing's fucking changed. And the only way things can change for you is if you change for you. And the truth is, no one's coming to save you. Not a coach, not some magical tablet that you're wishing and wanting is going to fucking make it all better. You have to make it better for you. You have to take the action. You have to do something different. Because yes, support helps, but support can't do the work. There's things that make it easier, but they can't do it for you. They can only take you so far. Because at the end of the day, the decision to change is ultimately on your shoulders. And the decision to take action daily, when fucking things are boring, when things aren't working, when over and over and over and over again, you're faced with all the problems that you already have, they're still going to be there. And you're still going to be there. And the only person that can make a difference is you. And I want to talk to you about the simple strategy, the simple framework that you can use to change how you see your drinking, how you change your drinking life. Stop trying to quit forever. Stop trying to say, I'm not going to drink anymore, because that is really, it's an ideal that we strive for. I'm going to stop drinking forever. But when we sit down and we think about it and think, fuck, it just makes it so much heavier than it needs to be. And you don't have to play the whole future out. And you don't have to take on the identity of someone that's broken, weak, and that can't stop drinking. Because ultimately, the only decision that you need to make is, right now, in this moment, are you going to drink or not? And then the next moment, are you going to drink or not? And it's not this big thing that you have to try and beat every day. It's just small micro decisions that stack up over time that will get you to an ability really to reduce the overwhelm in your life, restore your control in your life, and then it builds momentum. And it's about little wins over and over and over again, rather than one big, oh fuck, I'm cured. Because there is no cure, there is no magical pill, or there is no magic that's going to make this fucking easier. It's a hard road, but it's a small road. For inch by inch, minute by minute, day by day, over and over and over again, it's possible. Not hard, not complicated, just small micro decisions built on top of each other. And when you first start drinking, first 7 days are going to feel like shit. They're going to be fucked. You're going to be irritable, you're going to have trouble sleeping, your anxiety is going to go, and that's when all those micro decisions really start to stack up and start to be important, because your whole body, your whole system is going through this change, and it's saying drink, but you have to be strong enough to say no, not today. And like I said, it's not about deciding never to drink again. It's about making a decision in that micro decision, in that moment, in each individual moment when that craving comes up. And it'll only come up for a short amount of time to say, no, not today. And then tomorrow, no, not tomorrow. But this is where the rubber meets the road, because it's not about getting back to your inner child and finding the solution to all your trauma and healing everything, because ultimately that's not going to stop you drinking. If anything, it might hinder your progress to stopping drinking. What you need to do is you need to structure your life in a way that, first of all, you decide that you don't want to drink anymore, and then structure it by every night when we come to a point in our day where it's time to drink. So usually it's in the evening. You need to have a structure around your evenings, around the time that you normally drink, whether that's to go for a walk, whether that's to do anything other than drinking, and put it in a way that it's very difficult to drink. And then start to move your body, start to do something different, take yourself out of the environments that you're in, and going for a walk at night time, even in spite of the fact that you don't really want to. Going to bed earlier, going to the gym, and having a fixed wake up time, even if you're tired. Get up at the same time over and over again. Because you don't remove alcohol out of your life, you replace alcohol with structure in your life. Now think about that. Because alcohol, I know when I stopped drinking, one of the key distinctions that I found, or one of the things that I found when I stopped drinking, was that there was so much time. There was no more time in the day than there is. Everybody gets 24 hours. But when you're drinking, that time is compressed into oblivion. And then when you stop drinking, you've got all this time. You're sober. You don't have to, you're not oblivious to the world. I used to watch movies over and over and over again. And I watched a movie, and then the next day I'd watch the same movie, and it'd be a completely different movie because I wasn't there. But when you're sober, you're there. You're present. So the time becomes just so much time. And then you realize how much time that you wasted. And then as you get sober and as the time goes on, this time where you felt like there's so much time. Now, I feel like there's not enough time to get everything that I want to get done. But that's over time. But just remember that it's your job when you get sober to fill that time with positive things that you want to do, with finding things that you're interested in, doing those things, becoming the man that you want to be, becoming the person that you want to be, and then ultimately just doing those small daily actions, the small daily choices over and over and over again to become that in which you want to be. And this process of getting sober is really simple. It can be difficult, but it's micro decisions. It's about making a decision and sticking to that decision. And every time that decision comes up, there'll be a voice in your head. It'll be like, do I not drink? Over and over and over again, these decisions will have to be made. And it's just a matter of saying, no, I don't drink today. No, I don't drink. And there's no magic to make this simpler. There's no trick. There's no shortcut. The shortcut is that you make a decision and you fucking stick to the decision that you've made. You're making the decision because alcohol isn't serving you anymore. So when we go back to the start and realise, when we talk about you're not being weak, you're just using alcohol to escape the problems that have built up over time, that won't go anywhere while you're drinking. But at the same time, you've got to realise the problems won't be solved overnight. They won't create it overnight, and they'll be dissolved in time. But the first step to fixing any problem in your life is actually being in your life, being responsible for your life and taking action. The first action that you need to take is stopping drinking. The second is to start to redefine who you want to be and start to move in that direction and become the person that you want to be. Over and over again, make the micro decisions, choose the man that you want to be, choose the person that you want to be, and continue on the road to recovery, on the road to becoming the man that you want to be. That's all this is. Making decisions, sticking to it, and doing it over and over and over again. My name's Jason. If I've been helpful in any way, follow me. I'll be making more videos over time about how you can stop drinking and how we can change our lives together.